Hey guys, good morning. It's Roseann White, fitness trainer and holistic wellness educator. And I'm going to hang out for a couple minutes to make sure that, first of all, that I am in fact live. Secondly, to make sure that you can hear me. And we'll get the party started. To make sure that, first of all, that I am in fact live. Okay, good news. I can hear me, so that's good. And I'm going to hope to share this. Yep. Yay. Let's see. Oh, I did it. Great. Good morning, guys. Again, Roseann White, fitness expert and holistic wellness educator here with Lifepro. And thank you for joining me today on Lifepro's Healthy Heart Series. This is a four-part series. Oops, I'm beginning a four-part series I am starting today, and we'll have a different segment each week to help you to train the most important muscle in your body, your heart. So today I'm going to be talking you through a seated standing routine to just get the heart rate going. But before we go to any of this, we're going to talk about what is heart rate training, how to build your aerobic base, how to find what your heart rate zones are, a lot of foundational stuff. So yes, it is more lecture, but there is going to be a little bit of a workout. A couple things to know. First of all, this is recorded. It's going to be available on the Lifepro business page, which I am streaming from right now. So welcome to all of you who don't maybe have a Lifepro product yet. Been thinking about it. I'm here weekly with Amber and Debbie and the staff of Lifepro to help you find tools to enhance your lifestyle, to make you feel better. And we also have the Lifepro YouTube channel, and this will eventually be uploaded on that channel as well as the Better Balance series that we just completed in January. And I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was helpful for you, and I hope you're practicing your balance and find that your balance is better. So I'm going to be available to answer questions throughout this stream. And if you're catching this in a recording and you have questions, just type them in the chat, and I do check occasionally, or often I should say, to answer any questions you have. You can always private message me, DM me. And speaking of that, I have spent time creating some handouts for you today because this is a lot of info. A couple things that I have available, and I'm going to say it now and I'll say it later. Please private message me for these. I'm not posting them on the Lifepro business page or the VIP page. If you want them, I got them, and I want to give them to you. It's going to be information about this, what we're talking about today. I have a walking for weight loss charts that I put together for you. Yes, this is from your personal trainer, Roseann White, on how to have a plan to walk for weight loss. And it works if you work it. That's my motto there. And then also I'm going to give you some information on how to find your heart rate. So let's dive into that. I see I've got a bunch of people on. Say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I may or may not see your message depending where you're chatting from, what platform, whether it's a VIP or the business page. But say hello. Let me know you can hear me. And if you have any questions, type them in the chat. So let's dive in. First of all, what is heart rate training? What does it mean? Well, it means exercising at an intensity that strengthens your heart without overstressing it. And we do heart rate training to improve our cardiovascular efficiency, the way our heart pumps. It helps to build endurance for daily activities as well as fitness things. Maybe you're hiking, you're biking, you're playing with your grandkids, pickleball, tennis, golf, whatever it may be. And it also helps to recover. This is really important. I think about this, and I tell my clients this all the time. You know, you pump your muscles, you pump your biceps, you do your push-ups, you do your core work, but then you got to stretch it. Then you got to recover from it. Same thing with heart rate training. We work to build an aerobic base, and that's a process. And then we learn how to recover from it. So, for example, when I teach a spin class, we get the heart rate up there, but then we have a little 1-minute recovery where your heart rate should, an average is dropping 10 beats a minute. But some people drop 20, even 30, depending on how healthy your heart is. So why this especially matters for folks over 50, because our recovery slows down, and we tend to have more risks in overtraining. So heart rate training makes us aware. It reduces the strain on our hearts. It improves our circulation. It supports our blood pressure regulation, and it promotes longevity. And it just makes you feel good when those endorphins kick up. So I see a bunch of people saying hello, Lynn, Vicky, Tina, thank you for joining me today. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. So it's really important to understand your heart rate training zones. And there are 3 different ways I'm going to share with you today to do that. And you can see I have a weighted vest hanging on my Lifepro Pacer Mini. I've got the Waver Mini here. I've got the FlexStride with red light and FlexStride and Flex Cycle. So I've got 4 different tools, actually 5, that you can work with heart rate training. I've got my rebounder in another room. I just didn't have enough room to drag it in here, but there's different ways to do this. And simply walking outside. So if you don't have any of this Lifepro equipment yet, that's a yet, know that it's here, it's available, and you guys that have Lifepro products know how affordable, how dependable, and how the company is just there to help you. Now, I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona. I got to tell you guys, it was like mid-70s yesterday for you back in Ohio. I hear you, I feel you. I've got a bunch of friends there. So you can't get outside when it's cold, and I don't want to be out there either. So this is why you can have all this equipment inside. Now, because I live in Arizona, the summers are brutal. 110, 114 degrees. I am not outside walking, but I have my products here to still work heart rate training. So know that this is why we have these tools. So when you get any of these products, specifically the treadmills, the walking pads, like the OmniFit, the FlexFit, the Timber Trick, what else is there? I know there's another one, OmniFit, EcoStride, yeah. There's several different walking pads besides the Pacer Mini. You're going to get a book, and it has back in the book, it talks, and it's really nice that they give you some foundation about pulse and heart rate. I got to tell you, I got some old eyes and I wear contacts, so some of this stuff is hard to read for me. And you can always get a bigger chart, but they're available on Google. But I want you to understand this. We have to find what our heart rate base is. We called it the resting heart rate. So again, I have literature here to help you to get this if you don't know this already. But what I'd like you to do for the next 3 nights, and 3, not 1, because it changes, or next 3 mornings, I should say. As soon as you wake up, before you go to the bathroom, drink water or anything, take your pulse. I don't even rely on my Apple Watch. You could use a heart rate monitor, okay? But take your pulse. You take your fingers, find the little heartbeat there, or your wrist, starting with the number 0. Count your beats for 60 seconds. Not 15, not 30, 60. Write it down. And then take that number and then divide by 3, because sometimes you might wake up, depending on how you slept or didn't sleep, or what you ate or drank, your heart rate will be a little different. Mine generally is about 52 to 54, and that's a pretty good base for a gal my age. So I have that number. And then we have 3 different ways, or 3 ways to find out from there. The first one is the heart rate training basics, where you take 220 minus your age. And then you multiply that between 50 to 70%. Now, if you're a woman, 226, because a female fetal heartbeat is quicker. Guys, 220. No one really tells you that in the literature, but 220 minus your age, men, 226 minus your age, women, then multiply between 50 and 70 to get your aerobic base. We want to work between 50 to about 75% aerobic. You go in the 80, 85, 90, 92. We never want to work 100%. 92 is anaerobic. It's high aerobic or anaerobic zone where you're not working with oxygen anymore. So, for example, here, say you're 60, minus 220. So your maximum heart rate would be 160. When you're born, it's 220. As you age, you take off a beat. So 160. So a healthy heart range for someone 60, specifically a man, would be between 80 and 110 beats per minute. That's that aerobic area. Okay, so that's one way to understand your heart rate zones. Now, what I like to use for my clients, if they're not on blood pressure medicine and other things that affect heart rate, and medicines do, I use the Karvonen method. And that gets a little bit more, I don't want to say complicated, but it's a little more involved. And so I have a sheet for you guys. It's called the Target Heart Rate Training Karvonen Formula. And I actually did my calculation today just to check it out. 226 minus my age. So my maximum heart rate would be 158. And my resting heart rate, 54. So I have a heart rate reserve of 104. Then I do specific calculations from 65, 75, 85, and 92% to find my zones. So for me to burn fat more efficiently, to be in my best heart rate training for recovery, for circulation, for endurance, again, fat metabolism, and that's why a lot of us do cardio, I need to be between 122 and 132. So I don't have to beat myself up. And that's what I tell my clients all the time when they're just kicking their butt in a spin class. And I'm like, why are you working so hard? Yes, it does strengthen your muscle. Remember that. It does strengthen it. But if you're there because you want to burn fat more efficiently, you don't have to work as hard as you think. And you won't burn out. Chances are you won't have as much injury. Maybe it's strains and sprains and pulls. Isn't that good news? Phew. I was really glad when I learned that. And when I change the way my clients do their cardio, they get better results. So guys, this is a really important formula, and I hope you'll private message me, and I'm sending you this so you can figure it out. And if you have questions, you can text me. I'm really happy to help you because this is information people need to know. So I'm going to move on to the third method because there are some of us, and I'm changing my notes here because this is a lot for me to send to you. Again, if you're taking medications, heart rate monitoring might not be accurate. So in this case, there's a different tool for heart rate I like to use. And this is more of an awareness-based tool. It's called the Step Talk Test, or rate of perceived exertion. Now, if you want to take that with me, because we're going to do that next, I want to encourage you. And someone asked on the Facebook, and I'm sorry I don't remember your name, but someone asked, not me, but said, can I use my vibration platform as a step bench? Heck yeah. You don't really have to have it on, and you want to make sure it's one of the vibration plates that doesn't wobble too much, because there are a few that do. And if you are concerned about your balance, that's why I did the Better Balance series. But you can use this as a step bench. I just don't want you jumping on it. We don't want to slam on it. It's not even good for your joints anyhow. I've taken a lot of step classes in my time, and you know those shin splints? Has anyone ever had them? Yeah, they're not fun. I used to put ice bags in my Jane Fonda leg warmers just because my shin splints were so wicked. And that has to do with improper stretching and too much slamming. So you don't have to do that. Okay, so we're gonna do the step talk test. This is a 3-minute step test. So those of you that are watching me right now, and if you have a vibration plate or the Aero Step or the Horizon Balance Trainer, but again, be careful. We're gonna take the step bench or sturdy box, or maybe a step in your house. We're gonna step up to a steady beat, and it's recommended to have a metronome. Let me say it again, metronome. At a pace of 96 beats per minute. You probably find a free metronome app on your phone if you really want to get specific. But we're going to go up and down with the right foot for 1.5 minutes, then up and down with the left foot for 1.5 minutes. And then we're going to just see how you can talk. You're going to see how I can talk. If we're gasping or breathless, at any time, slow down. I don't want you to overdo it. But if you notice, oh my gosh, 3 minutes and I'm gasping, chances are you've got to go slower, but not give up. But you want to be able to build up the heart strength. Then the other thing we're going to be, the awareness is the rate of perceived exertion. After 3 minutes, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel? We should aim for a 4 to 6, meaning 9 is I've fallen and I can't get up, and 1 is I feel like I'm sleeping. Chances are we're not either of those. We're going to somewhere between a 4 and 6. So that's for you folks that are on medication. Because again, I work with a lot of people. They're on blood pressure medicine, and hopefully, and I'm not. This is my suggestion, my comment. I'm not a doctor, but hopefully, the more heart rate training you do, the more aerobics you do, and of course, sleep, nutrition, all those things, yoga, stretching, Pilates, anything to help you recover and relax, hopefully we can help that blood pressure a bit. Just saying. I've seen it in clients where they really improved, and maybe some haven't, but maybe they've had more improvements in their body mass. So are you guys ready to take this? And then after we take the test, I've got just a little more to talk about, and then we're going to get on the Pacer Mini, okay? Again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to type them along the way. And Scott, you're in Queen Creek. Thank you for getting up this early with me. All right, so let's see. Okay, I'm going to start my interval training now. Okay. Make sure you've got a clear space. And again, we're going to start with the right foot. You can be on a step bench, your vibration plate, and we're going to start in 10 seconds, okay? So check it. You don't need to look down. Once you see it, you know it's there. We go in 5, 4, 3, 2, let's begin. Up, up, down, down. You don't have to move your arms on this, but do focus on your breath, inhaling up and exhaling down. A pace that feels good. If I'm going too fast for you, go slower. That's why the metronome is helpful, because this helps us get a little rhythm to it. You follow that beat. Up, up, down, down. I like to say it, so you might want to say it out loud, not in your head. That way you're breathing up, up, down, down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Keep going with me, guys. Notice how you're planting your feet. Heel, toe, toe, heel. That's how I'm coming down. We have 30 more seconds on this side. It's the right leg leading up. I'm going to see if I can find, I don't really like to rely too much on my watch, because it doesn't find it really quickly. Okay. Ready to change our lead leg in 5, 3, and switch. Left leg, up, up, down, down. How are you feeling? Can you feel a little pitter patter in your heart? Inhaling, I know I can feel heart rate coming up. Up, up, down, down. You might even notice one side feels a little weaker. We always have a dominant leg versus a non-dominant. I used to have a training spin buddy. We call it the lazy leg. Always work your lazy leg. Inhaling and exhaling. This is a 3-minute step talk test. And you can see I'm not huffing and puffing, thankfully. But I can feel my heart rate here. Breathing in and breathing out. We have just about 30 seconds left on this test. And at the end of it, if you're just talk out loud, maybe there's no one else in the room, but just talk and see how you're talking. Or on a scale of 1 to 10, what does it feel like? 1 is like, it doesn't feel like anything at all. 9 or 10, I can't breathe, right? We're aiming for a 4 to 6. 5 seconds. And release. So just take a breath and walk around and see how you feel. So I feel pretty comfortable. I would say for me, definitely a 4. You know, I can feel a little bit of heart rate. I can actually feel it. You may want to take a pulse and check your heart rate. I didn't put my app on. So that's the step talk test. Pretty easy, right? And you just got 3 minutes of aerobics. So I love having that test for some of my folks that are on medication. Now, so why is walking ideal for heart rate health? Well, again, improves our cardiovascular health endurance. Think about it, your posture. You know, I'm all about posture. How are you walking? Are you walking looking down? Are you hiking looking down? Or are your gaze forward that you can feel the earth? How's your balance? Walking is going to improve that because every time you take a step, right? Every time we take a step, we're picking up a foot. We're working on balance. You might notice after a walk, my husband and I love to take walks, even if they're 10 to 15 minutes around our neighborhood. Just feel better. Walking also is helpful because it's reducing the joint stress compared to running or other exercises. And it's going to help with that chronic disease risk. It's in the literature. It's in all the scientific research. So don't take my word for it. It's out in science. And because our heart is the most important muscle in the body, it needs exercise to stay in shape. Now, those of you that are watching may say, you know what, I can't walk for whatever reason. I have had broken toes. I have had sprained ankles. I get it. I've had a hip replacement. I get it. And you can't walk for whatever reason. This is why we love our Flex Cycle and our FlexStride. And I've got the one with the red lights. So those of you that do have neuropathies or other foot conditions, you have red lights. We've got the Red vibration platform now for you as well. But we have other modalities where you can sit down barefoot with you're using red light or not, right? And you can cycle. And I used this with my hip replacement. Once I got clearance to do that, and it's always important, guys, don't ask us after you've had a joint replacement, when can I start? Your surgeon is the guru. He is the man or the woman. Trust what they say. They may not know about vibration therapy, but give them some slack. They want what's best for you. Okay, that's just my opinion, and I'm going to stick to it. Okay, because it worked for me. I listened to my doctors, my surgeon, and 13 months later, I can jump, I can run. I'm not going to ski. I'm done with that. But I can do a lot of stuff without any concern or pain. So that's why I want you to walk for heart health. And I like morning walks because I like getting that vitamin D and that sunshine. But anytime, specifically for those of you that are thinking about weight loss, After dinner, after lunch, take a 10-minute walk. Those minutes add up. Consistency matters more than timing. Let me say that again. Consistency matters more than timing, because the more you do it, the more your brain and your body go, kind of like this stuff. It feels good. Let's do more. When things don't feel good, our brain says just the opposite. Oh, that wasn't fun. I really don't want to do that again. Can you relate to that? I know I certainly can. And man, when I was starting to have pain in my hip, teaching spin and all that, it was just not fun anymore. But here's the proof in the pudding. Studies show that regular exercise decreases blood sugar levels, controls insulin levels in type 2 diabetes, and also helps to regulate hormones that induce sleep and facilitate better sleep. So instead of popping another pill, and I have had sleep issues and I continue to find ways to help me sleep better, regular aerobic exercise, key, okay? So an additional bonus to walking or cycling or the FlexStride or cycle or the vibration plate work is adding HIIT workouts, high intensity workouts with weights. And you can see I have behind my Pacer Mini, I have the dumbbells and I have the kettlebell. And I have the EcoStride in my gym. I have it where in the morning I'll walk and I'll do, single arm work. So I'm working some core work besides my arm muscles, my leg muscles. And I like to switch the other hand. Sometimes I do both. And that works on balance because I can't hold on. But you can also do high intensity intervals. Adding the weighted vest really does, it increases the oxygen consumption, meaning aerobic, we're moving with oxygen, working up to anaerobic, where you're huffing and puffing. That is anaerobic. You can't catch your breath. We want to work aerobically. So weighted vest is helpful, not only for bone density, but that 5, 10, 15, 20 pound extra mass that you have on your body. And I can tell you, when we first got the Flex vests, we took them out to California. My husband loves it. He walks all the time with his. I was wearing it walking around in the condo we were in, just up and down steps. I'm like, holy smokes, it made a difference. It was so incredible that I found it took more oxygen, more energy to move. So this is a great tool where you don't have to work faster, walk faster. You just walk with this on and you're carrying a load. And you have to worry about carrying hand weights. Although what's nice about the Flex vest, if you're not familiar with it, you can take the 5 pound weights out, and I have right here, let me see if I grab it. You can take, there's 2 of these that you can make as hand weights. Maybe not, I have it really tight. You can do them as ankle weights or hand weights, and you can add that extra 5 pounds by walking, right? You can walk, pump your arms a little bit, and add that 5 pounds in each hand if you want to do that. I'm kind of concerned about that because I don't want to stress the joint out. So I'm going to make sure my hands are forward, not back here. See the difference in my neck and shoulders? So if you're going to walk with hand weights, walk forward or pump it up. But put them on your ankles, probably less stress on the upper body, but definitely you're carrying more load, lower body, which again is going to increase oxygen consumption. How would I determine the vest will fit me? I'm a plus size with a full chest. 34 triple D, so I've got some girls here. What's nice about this, and I'll put it on, hopefully I don't wreck my microphone. Okay. You can adjust it, and I don't have the actual circumference, and I'm not sure, but it's a lot. So I don't know how big the girls are for you, but it's a lot. There's a lot of space, okay? Just want to let you know. And here's the thing. If it's not working for you, Lifepro will take it back. They're good about that. So know that. I really recommend having the vest because it's going to really help with your bone density. Super important for not only women, but men too. Okay, how did that sound for you guys? Did that make sense? I'm going to see if I covered all my notes here. Oh, big disclaimer. If you haven't been doing anything for a while, maybe just sitting with your feet on the plate, maybe moving your arms a little bit. If you have some pre-existing conditions, maybe post-surgery, consult with your doctor before starting any exercise routine. I'm going to say it again. Consult with your doctor. We are not doctors. I'm a fitness expert, a coach, but I am not your doctor. I don't know your history, so I want you to be kind to you and your heart and know that. Talk to them, but there are super easy ways to start this. I was thinking about this morning as I was preparing. We walk to the refrigerator. We walk back from the refrigerator. We're doing some walking, right? So you can walk to the refrigerator, but just don't open it. Walk away from it, and then march in place. Start there, right? So there's ways to start, okay? Now, here are your goals. Aim for 150 minutes per week. Oh my God, I'm so busy. I don't have that much time. Yeah, you do. So if you divide that, that's 30 minutes 5 times a week. So I give you 2 days off. And in 30 minutes, remember guys, 1,440 minutes in your day. Just like the vibration platform. 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, 5 minutes there. You know, that adds up. Now, if you've never done this before, do you do 150 minutes the first week? Heck no. You aim for it. You break it into short sessions, and but it's recommended. It's American Heart Association. This is Heart Health Month. This is why I'm doing this program, to talk about how to do your heart health, how to do your heart some good. So also, if you just joined in or you're catching this later, heart rate training formula, the Karvonen method, I'll give you this, private message me. I did a walking for weight loss 5 days a week. I broke it down. If it's a little too much, don't worry about it. Do what you can. And then I can give you this handout as well. I'm going to have more. Oh, also in my handout, by the way, I didn't mention this. Oh, it didn't print out. I have another handout with about, gosh, let me look to see if I have it on my screen, because I didn't print it out. No, I don't have it. No, I don't have it. I have another handout with about 10 or 15 videos that I did previously with aerobic training, whether it's on a treadmill, on the flex cycle, on the rebounder, on the vibration plate. So the library is huge that we've created. So these are specifically heart rate training ones. So I'll send you that as well. So I have a lot of stuff I want to send you guys. You got to message me. I'll send you a Google link that will have all the documents in there. Okay. I'm going to keep it easy instead of trying to send you a whole bunch of literature. One link, and it'll have all the stuff in here. And as our session goes by,
timer paused.
We will, oops.
Timer paused.
As our series goes on, I will have probably more stuff for you. Okay, I have like about 20 minutes. I know this is a lot. I didn't plan on going this long, but I am. So 20 minutes. We're going to go on the pacer, okay? Love this guy. I'm not going to put my jacket on. I want to keep my water handy. This is my second jug of Hydrolyte, but it's been more than 10 minutes, so it's not got the hydrogen and alkaline. It's already dispersed, but I'm still going to drink it. Water, body weight. I weigh 120, so I need 60 ounces of water a day. That's my minimum. Because I'm active, I drink about 80 to 90 ounces of water a day. It's important. Hydration is key. And, oops, I gotta get my remote going. Power on. Just going to start up. Oops, I just dropped that. Okay, guys, if you have your treadmill or walking pad, or you just want to step with me right now on your vibration plate, off or on, it's up to you, but we're going to start walking. So this is what I suggest for anyone new, or you've been doing it for a while. You want to walk for, oh, I got to get my interval on. So, man, I'm really discombobulated. Resume.
Timer resume.
There we go. Okay, let's take it from the top. When it's the walking pad's on, I step on the rails first, and then one foot, then the other. So my first minute, I'm not going really fast. I want to work on ankle articulation, heel, toe, okay? For the first minute. If I'm on my vibration platform, I'm going to step up, step down. I'm going to go slow. Either way, right? I just want to get used to the move. Maybe I'll switch my lead leg. Okay, so that's our first couple minutes, heel, toe. After I've done that for about a minute, I'm going to bring my knees up. Okay, knees up. So I might want to even go a little slower. I'm at a 1.1. It's slow. I just want to get those hammies or those hip flexors working. If you're on your step, okay, just do a couple of those. You can hold on, need to for balance. That's the next thing I would do for my warm-up, okay? Then the third thing I like to do, and I do it, not like I like to, I do it, I kick the heels to the butt, hamstring curls. They're a quick little kick. It's stretching my quads, and it's contracting my hamstrings, that's the back of the thighs. And I'm taking those big breaths in and out, all right? If I'm on my step, kicking, I can even be here. I don't even step on it. I just kind of hamstring, okay? And I would say do all of these things for about 30 seconds to a minute. Okay, you can go knee up, curl once, step up, knee up. Okay, see, I can play with it. I like to have fun with whatever I'm doing. I get bored easily. I think that's a good thing that I like to create different stuff, and maybe you guys know that about me. I do a lot of different things because many of us don't like to do this stuff. So make it fun, make it happen. Now after I've had a couple minutes here, and I'm going to go to easy walking. So for me, and I'm pretty impressed, you guys, by the speed. And I'm looking down at this because this is telling me my speed. I'm pretty impressed with the Pacer Mini. It only goes up to 3.0, but the tricky thing or the sneaky thing is there's an elevation of about 5 inches. So I'm walking up a slow incline, which really brings the heart rate up. I'm going to put my monitor on just to see what's going on because I can feel my heart rate coming up. So that's the perceived exertion. Definitely a 4. And it's only been, gosh, about 4 or 5 minutes. I can feel it because I'm working it. I'm going to see what my watch tells me. So, again, stage 1, easy. I warm up, 3 to 5 minutes. Main walk, 10 to 20 minutes. And I kind of do that 10 to 20 minutes in stages. Yeah, I'm at 105 right now. So I'm not quite aerobic. 121 is my start of my aerobics. So in my main walk, between that 10 and 20 minute mark, I have an easy walking segment, focusing on my form and my breath. I'm holding on. I might start pumping my arms in a moment, but let's get my speed in check here. I'm going to go to 2.0. I'm going to kick it up. And I'm still cognizant of heel-toe placement. I'm not walking like a duck. My toes aren't out. My toes are pointing forward. and I'm gonna start pumping my arms. Slightly faster pace, checking out, see I can still talk to you, so that's the talk test. I can still talk to you. Heart rate's up at 109, so it's kicking up there, it's happening. It's a good thing, burn calorie burn. Okay, let's go like this for about 30 seconds. Then in stage 3, we're gonna have a little boost. Now this is where you can, let me just do this on my platform, just to show you what I'm doing, right? I'm pumping my arms. That's my stage 2. Okay. Are we ready for this? Yeah, I'm just doing this very quickly for you guys, just to explain the stages. Stage 3 of my main walk. I'm gonna go 3.0. It's fast. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. I might pump an arm. Woo-hoo, right? But I'm holding on, because this is quick, guys. And it's a small pad, so my steps are small. Brisk walking. I can feel my heart rate coming up. Keep looking at it. It's going to be there soon enough. We're going to do this for 30 more seconds. Stay with me, guys. If you are on your platform at this point, I would be doing this. I'd be doing squats. I would do quick moves, okay? That's what I would do on my platform. Or I would do side squats. 30 seconds one side, 30 seconds other side. Whew, I can feel it. Okay, I'm just slowing things down to a very, I call this the snail's pace. I'm just checking with my heart rate. Breathe in, breathe out. See the watch? I like a heart rate monitor. You wear it around your chest. It's the best. These watches are okay, but if you're serious about heart rate training, invest in a heart rate monitor. You get, oh, look at this, 130, whoo-hoo. I am in my aerobic zone. Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. Burn those calories. So I'm going to take this 30 seconds to breathe in, breathe out. And you guys are going to notice this if you're wearing a heart rate monitor. Your heart rate will jump up and then it'll come down. If it's not coming down, I've already dropped 3 beats. Breathing in, breathing out. Jaws relaxed, shoulders are relaxed. Let's see what happens in the next 10 seconds. Big breaths. I'm down to, it just dropped down to 120. So within about a minute, talking, walking, this is known as an active recovery. What I do not recommend is just stopping. Okay, you did your aerobics, your heart rate's up, and then you stop. It's a little too much, so just take nice little steps up. Keep your body moving, keep the fluid going, keep the breath going while you're in your recovery. Okay, so let me kind of summarize that. I warmed up. Yeah, I'm down to 115. See, it's dropping really quick. I warm up. You warm up. 3 to 5 minutes. Easy pace, relaxed posture, thinking about your breathing, nose breathing. Then we work on articulation of your feet, heel, toe, some knee ups, pulling the abdominals in, getting the hip flexors to warm, then hamstring curls, right? Now I got all my leg muscles ready, nothing fancy, right? Then I keep that pace, or check my posture, I add pace, I add speed. Now I'm feeling pretty good, I'm in that brisk walk, From easy walk, easy walk, easy walk to brisk walk. Talk test, I can talk to you, talk to my friend. Then I go to an intensity boost or HIIT. Pump my arms, increase the speed, high knee marches, kick my butt, light weights, flex vest, add that for sure. Then I take it on down. Let it go slow, snail's pace. Again, I'd be off my step and I might just be heel toeing for about 1 minute. Active recovery. Then I rinse and repeat. Do it again. Again, after I'm done, I cool down, kind of like I start my warm-up. I might go back to ankle articulation. I might do a couple knee ups. I might do a couple hamstring curls. Then I go into stretching. So I'm going to show you some stretching. If you're not sure, well, which stretches do I do? The funny part is I have a lot. I'm laughing because this is just, I know the answer before I ask. My golfers and my pickleball players and my tennis people, I'm like, so are you stretching after? Nope. I know the answer for most of them. Some of them have caught on. You got to stretch after you do this. So what am I stretching? Well, I'm going to put my heel either on my walking pad or my vibration plate. The plate can be on, as a matter of fact. I'm not turning it on, but it can be. And I'm just going to do a hamstring curl, chin in, long spine. I don't need to touch my toe. That's not the goal. I want to lengthen this muscle. I'll do both sides and generally 3 breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Pull the toes up and let the hamstring, the back thigh, let it lengthen. Then you can hold on for this. Bring a knee up, grab onto your shin, your ankle, your shoelaces, or your toe. And then we go into a hamstring or a quad stretch. Posture check, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, hip over knee, collarbones lift, abdominals in. If you are super tight, and you may be, you can simply put your heel or your toes, shoelaces on the platform or the walking pad and just drag your hip bone forward and you'll get a nice stretch, okay? Then of course the figure 4 stretch, which I love, love, love for the hips. You could sit on your platform, sit on a stool, cross one ankle over the thigh, sit tall. If you checked my my own Roseann White Facebook page, oh gosh, about 3 or 4 days ago, I did a little series on, just a quick little video on some hip health moves. And the 90-90 or the figure 4 was one of them. It makes a difference where your pelvis is. Right now my hips are a little higher. If I get on my vibration plate, my knees are higher than my hips. So I'm going to start low and just drag it. Now this is a much different stretch. Still hitting the same muscles, but it's a little more intense for some people. Depends. But as always, ooh, I got so much equipment here. Watch that you're not rounding your back. Keep your spine up, nice and tall to get your stretch. So you may want to even hold on to do a standing figure 4 where I hold on, cross over, and now I'm going to hinge back. There's that knee to hip. See, the knee is lower than the hip, and I'm getting right in the booty. So that's another thing. And you can hold on for this. You don't have to worry about balance, but just sit back, watch your head. Chin is not out here, guys. Tuck your chin in. Think about the orange under your chin or the lemon or whatever, and breathe into that. Pulling both hips back equally. Breathing in and out. Oh, that feels so good. And there you have it. You finished your aerobic session. Okay, that's all I got. I know it was a lot. I want to thank you guys. Thank you so much. Let me say I have a couple more comments here. If you want to PM me for after this live, just find me, Roseann White, on Facebook or Instagram, or you can email me. Info, let me do this if I can, I think I can type it. info@livefit.com.
Cool down for 5 minutes. Timer paused.
You can email me as well. I'm heading out right now for my Pilates class. So I can send you guys this information later on today. I don't have an automated service that sends it right out, but I will send you a Google link with the notes on this session, the Karvonen Formula, the heart rate training, walking for weight loss, and a page of videos that have been previously recorded using treadmills or walking pads, using FlexCycle, FlexStride, using Rebounder, and using the vibration plate. That way you've already got some stuff to go with. Please pay attention to what's going on up here, what this is saying to this. You know, if it's like, oh, too much, if you can feel it, intense, back off, build the aerobic base. You guys, it takes 12 weeks to build an aerobic base. Holy crap, that's a lot of time. But remember this, it also takes 12 weeks to make a habit, a lifestyle change. So, consistency. 5 times a week, walk. Build up those minutes. And in 30 days, you've got the habit. Then you practice the habit. Then the habit is a lifestyle change. And my friends, I really feel if you are consistent, log it. Please log it. So that way it keeps you accountable, or have an accountability partner, but track it. You're going to see changes. You're going to feel better. You're going to notice your energy. You're going to notice your sleep. I also want to make sure that you drink plenty of water, half your body weight plus. If you're doing exercise, drink at least 8 ounces, that for an hour, okay? Maybe 4 ounces every 15 minutes during exercise. That's just a kind of a rule of thumb. And make good food choices. You know, you can have pizza, you can have cookies. I love that stuff. But moderation. Everything in moderation, including moderation. So that means moderately eat vegetables, right? Eat them in moderation, but eat them. Protein. We've got this big craze on protein. Everyone's like protein crazy, and I think it's good. I eat a lot of protein, but you gotta eat the vegetables. You need the fiber. Now I'm getting into my nutrition coaching. That wasn't the plan, but I can be on a little soapbox here because I'm so passionate about helping you guys to feel your best at any age, okay? And it works if you work it. Thank you so much for joining me. Please join me next week. The series is going to be a few different things every week. You'll see it's already, I don't have it in front of me. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to be doing vibration training, aerobics on the vibration platform and the FlexCycle and FlexStride next week. I'm going to be doing... what else am I doing? I'm going to be doing, hold on, I'll tell you this. Well, it's already, you guys know this. I'm going to be doing rebounding the last week. I'm going to be doing step up on AeroStep and Horizon Balance Trainer. And maybe the platform. So I've got a little variety going for you guys, but the next 3 weeks are workouts, okay? They are workouts. I won't chat a lot because I'm going to assume you've digested this information. I'm going to assume by next week you know what your heart rate zones are, or you know your perceived exertion in your talk test, in your step test. I'm going to assume that, okay? I will just kind of ask everyone in the beginning, but we'll know and we're going to go. So make sure you have water, make sure you have everything you need, and come with a good attitude and work out with me. Thanks, guys, for joining. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you next week. Happy February. Bye for now.